Today we're going to set the rock and roll time machine back to 1981 and take a look at Def Leppard's Let It Go from High and Dry. Let's do it. I love that riff. We're here. Yeah, right out of the gate, Mutt Lange had them do the big intro with bass, drums, and guitar. Bum, bum, and then come back down to just guitar and drums, just like he did with Highway to Hell not too long before this. The song has such a great bounce to it. Then it kind of holds out. Yeah, just let it happen. What a great vocal. Joe Elliott was like just open. He wasn't screaming, just like, cool woman, just so nice. Just like, here we are. We got a good groove going. It's like he's talking to the woman that he's talking about in the song. That bounce. Hey, what's going on now? I love how it goes into the eighth notes halfway through the verse. It starts going dun 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 dun. It's like building up, almost like Jaws is coming. Dun 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 dun. The Jaws of rock and roll. Get ready for the big C. For years, I thought he said, get ready for the back seat. He's talking about the big C. You know what that means. I love that there was a time where you could have a chorus where you just said, let it rock, let it roll, let it go. And then Joe's in the background going, yeah, right, woo. Just like the party guy, like, here we are, rocking and rolling. Come on. Can you bring it back down? I like how it goes to the part where it gets mellow and he says, slow down. Like, okay, we got to slow down. I know I said I wanted to give you the big C, but we got to slow things down. No. Uh-oh. I think they're doing it right now. I think that's what's happening. And he's thinking about baseball. You're not leaving, come on, stay. It might be problematic. Put that in my notebook. Get down on your knees and let me know you're eager to please. I wonder what this song is about. Joe's just cheerleading. Here comes the cool breakdown. The drums go to the halftime. He hits the cowbell. You had to have cowbell back then. A hit song had a cowbell. I got a hankering for a cowbell. That's a bad Christopher Walken. You hold it out. And just when you think it's going to go to a solo, nope. It's a little proggy metal guitar section. And everyone forgets that Def Leppard in this era was still metal. They were part of the new wave of British heavy metal invasion from England, them and Motorhead and Saxon, and they were still holding on to it a little bit. They had Pete in the band on guitar, Pete Willis. I'm not Pete Willis, by the way. That's a whole other story. But all these little parts are like just like little proggy sections. Da na 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 na. Like it just shows the musicianship of the band, and they're just in the middle of the song where you would think they'd be in a, like they just did a bridge and now they're doing a second kind of instrumental bridge, and they're just going off. Check that shit out. That's when Mutt Lange started to really do his signature sound. He was layering the vocals, making that whole section just be like, oh, in the background. And most of the background vocals you hear on these records, even though all of Def Leppard, I believe, sang on it too, was Mutt Lange, because they said he had the best voice in the room. So you hear those, hey, all that kind of stuff on their albums. It was all Mutt. Their producer sang all over their albums. And then you'll hear him on Shania Twain and Foreigner and all these other songs. And you're like, why is Def Leppard's background vocals in these other songs? Joe was horny back then. He was just looking for some action. And all he needed was a warm-blooded woman. He didn't have many rules. If you had warm blood, you were okay with him. Listen to that intro. Now, I don't know who played what solo on these different sections, because it was Pete Willis and Steve Clark on this album. So it could be either one of them. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But the solos are so AC/DC, and a lot of this, this whole album kind of has one foot in the stuff Mutt was doing with AC/DC before he started working with Def Leppard. But this solo is so cool. And think about how much stuff has happened. We've had the verse, chorus, and then a cool spacey bridge, and then a weird prog section, and then another spacey bridge, and now we're in the solo. This is progressive metal. That's very Angus. And are they done? No. I loved back then they would take the time to spread things out, and instead of doing just a short little guitar solo and then come back into the song like, we got to get back to the hook. They're like, no, fuck that. Stretch this out. Do a whole new section with some riffs, kind of like, I don't know. It's just really badass. I love that line. Listen to Rick doing his drum flourishes. And if you notice on this song, his hi-hat work on this whole album is incredible. He had such good feel when they were still doing acoustic drums. Just he had this like bounce to his pocket, and they had that indescribable feeling that you get from humans playing. It was in this album. Even though a lot of people said they programmed these drums, they didn't. They might have used like samples to enhance them, but the performances, I believe, were just Rick right on the drums. You hear that? The metal? Dun, 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 dun. They were still doing the British new wave of heavy metal stuff. And this is a whole new section. So we're like, on section 6 of all the different parts of the song? Nice drums. And then you build it up. This is where we do this part. And everybody in the audience was like, fuck yeah, Def Leppard. I was there. Get ready for the big C. I sang back seat. It's the big C. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the big C is cock. He's talking about cock. Listen to Joe. He's getting higher. Ah! That's the part where he started blowing his voice out. Got to be careful with your voice, man. Holy shit. And I love he left the producer, Mutt, left that go, let it go. It's got like this little crumble to it, which you normally would try to fix, but it's got so much feeling, you left it in there. Yeah. Now we've got the whole kitchen sink. The whole band's playing. Joe's just cheerleading, yeah, let it rock, all right, come on, let it, all that stuff. And then the backgrounds are all fully fleshed out with like tons of backgrounds going, let it rock, let it roll. And then you bring in a solo by either Pete or Steve, whoever was doing that one, just ripping in the background. There's building it up for the big ending. Right? And this is the stuff I love from this era. They weren't playing to a click track. I mean, they might have been because it was Mutt Lange, but at that point, he probably cut the click, let them be a band, and they do an ending like they would do at a live show. It's like, bah, dun, 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 like just building it up, and they slow down. It's really cool. Sounds like Aerosmith, right? Train kept rolling. Great scream. This song is badass. Oh, don't even get me into this one. This song is incredible. What a great album, what a great song. Def Leppard rules.